There are times when I go weeks without seeing a single train, and then there are times where the trains just keep on coming. This weekend was one of those latter times. It all started on Saturday when we decided to take a quick look at BNSF's Hobson Yard in downtown Lincoln. In this yard, we saw several strings of freight cars, some light power moving about, and possibly the best catch, a mineral train being led by a nostalgic lash-up of BNSF-9s. But as you can tell, one of these is a little bit off. This lead unit, number 5381, has had its Heritage 2 paint faded over time. This has actually happened with several of BNSF's -9s, leading them to have the nickname Peach Bonnets. Although this has happened with several units, I don't think it's very common, and this is definitely the first one that I've seen, so that was nice. Besides this Heritage 2 duo, there wasn't much else in Hobson Yard, but on the St. Joseph subdivision, we did see two more trains both stopped, and we found out that one of these trains was carrying animal feed bound for Council Bluffs. Interestingly, I saw one of these feed trains a little over a week ago on the Creston subdivision, so my guess is that this particular train was stopped on the St. Joe sub and waiting for a clear track onto the Creston subdivision to continue its journey. So this was obviously a pretty decent amount of trains to see in just one day, but as you can probably tell from the duration of this video, we're far from done, because the next morning, on Palm Sunday, we headed out to another town outside of Lincoln, this time the town of Oakland, Nebraska, somewhere that I've gone rail fanning before. Along the way, we saw two trains both stopped near Fremont. One was a northbound empty grain train, and the other was a manifest. Keep these in mind, because this will not be the last that we'll see of them. As if that wasn't enough foreshadowing, once I got to Oakland, I saw that the ground signal was set to yellow, meaning that something was likely inbound to take the sighting. And besides all this, there was also another interesting sight in Oakland, a gondola on the third track. As you might be able to tell, this third track is almost never used anymore. I don't even know the last time I saw something on this. But on this particular day, this former Burlington Northern gondola was sitting right here on this track. I'm not exactly sure why, though I have heard that BNSF had been doing track work around this area at that time, which could explain something. And with a little more waiting, the headlight of the northbound grain train we saw in Fremont rounded the bend and took the sighting into the town of Oakland. Even though this train was led by 3 standard GEVOs, one of them turned out to be a pleasant foreign power surprise. It was right here that I thought to myself, it seems like this train is slowing down a bit. And right as I thought that, the headlight of a southbound train, a manifest, came into view and pulled up to a stop next to the grain train. Both of these trains ended up being stopped for about 10 minutes. I'm not exactly sure why, though it did give me a good opportunity to get some good shots of these trains and the locomotives idling. Unfortunately, with it being such a rainy and cold day, my phone eventually shut off, right as the trains were about to get moving. Thankfully, after some desperate efforts, I managed to get the phone on just as the trains started to move again. Express continued on to its destination of Kansas City, silence returned to the town of Oakland, marking the end of this rail-fanning trip. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the trains I saw in this quite interesting weekend.